Let's hook the Wizard of Oz together today. Pattern of small blankets to small chain pins for new type of production. Through this production, you can master the crochet knitting for lock stitches. Method 2. A short needle that picks up a thread on the outside of the lock needle. Method 3. Crochet method of short stitches. 4. How to pick up needles from the previous row. 5. Crochet method of small chain needle. First, take the thread. Draw the line from the left hand, passed between the seam of the little and ring fingers. It goes backwards and forwards, between the middle and index fingers. Back to front behind the index finger. Homeopathically pass it between the middle finger and the thumb and pinch it, and pick up our crochet. The hook of the crochet is aimed at our big face. The crochet is placed behind the line. Wrap up and pull out from the back. A coil forms in the crochet. Pinch where the lines cross. Crochet winding. Hook out coil. Hook the first lock pin. Then crochet with thread. Hook out the quill on the crochet. Hook the second lock pin. Hook the remaining 23 lock pins in the same way. We can loosen our hands when peeling the blanket. The blanket will be softer. After hooking 25 lock pins, hook another lock pin's upright needle. Hang a marking buckle on the lifting pin of the lock pin. After hanging the mark buckle, skip a lock pin. Insert the needle on the 24th lock pin. Adjust a wire on the outside of the lock pin. We hook the first line with a short needle. Crochet with thread. After the coil on the crochet, crochet with thread to hook the 2 coils on the crochet. Hook the first short needle. Then insert the needle at the second lock needle. Pick up a thread on the lock pin. Crochet with line hook out. There are 2 coils on the crochet. Crochet with thread. Hook out the 2 coils on the crochet. So we hooked to short needles. Put it in the same way. Hooked with the real thing. Just knit a short needle. The first line has a total of 1 lock needle and 20 for short needles. After the 20 for short needles are hooked, we take the first line, then we rotate the paper from right to left, turn over to the reverse side, come to the reverse side, let's continue to take the second line. The second line is also a lock needle plus 20 for short needles. Hook a lock pin's upright needle first. Then hang the marking port on the standing needle of the lock needle. Then we sew on the reverse side. Previous line how to pick a needle hook. When the second line is crocheted, the position of the crochet needle insertion is on the left side of the needle purpose. Pick up both sides of the lock. Crochet with thread. There are 2 coils on the hook out crochet. Then crochet with thread. Hook out the 2 coils on the crochet. Just hooked a short needle. Then insert the needle on the left side of the needle. Pick up both sides of the lock. Crochet with thread. Hook crochet with thread. Hook out the 2 coils on the crochet. We take the second short needle. Use the same method. In each subsequent needle, we pick the needle to hook a short needle. That's it. The last stitch is inserted at the position of the marked buckle. Remove the marker buckle. Hook 1. So we've ticked the second line. Same method. Turn the branch from right to left. Turn to the front of the branch. Then we use the same method for more lines of short needles. You have the slightest. After the 6 lines of short needles are hooked, we're going to start at line 7 with the stitch. Hook a lock pin first, a standing pin, 5 more short stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we hook a small chain pin. Hook a short needle first. Then hook the 3-pin lock needle. 1, 2, 3. After crocheting 3 chain stitches, insert the needle from the head of the short needle. Provoke forward 2 quills. Crochet with thread. Hook all the quills on the crochet at once. A small chain pin will hook it. And then we insert the needle into the next one. Keep crocheting short stitches, a total of 11 hooks and short needles. After the 11 short needles are hooked, continue to hook a small chain needle. Needle insertion. Hook 1. Short needle, then hook 3 stitches to lock the needle. Then you put the needle through the end of the crochet. Pick up the front coil at the same time, then crochet with thread. Simultaneously hook the 3 quills on the crochet. The small chain needle is hooked. Then we hook another 6 short stitches. We're on line 7. 2 small curtain needles are hooked. Then we rotate the branching from right to left to the back. Then we tick line 8. Line 8 is still a lock needle plus 20 for short needles. When the small chain needle is hooked, we need just pay attention to the position of the needle. Hook a lock pin's upright needle first. Then hook 20 for short needles. The raised position of the small chain pin, we place it on the front of the branch, so we move it forward. We insert the needle into the mesh of the small chain. Just continue to tick a short needle. Put the small chain needle, flip forward to the front of the branch. Then insert the needle at the mesh position of the small chain needle. Hook metabolism hook out. The 8th line is ticked, and then we flipped production. We can see the production frontal convex. The 2 small chain pins are up. Then we tick line 9. A total of 6 small chain pins need to be hooked on the 9th line. First of all, let's tick 1 standing pin for lock pin. Replace the marker buckle, then hook for short needles. Then hook 3 braid needles. Three small needles. After ticking, we then hook 9 short needles. Then hook 3 small chain pins. After the 3 small chain pins are hooked, 5 more short stitches. Line 9 is hooked. We flip the fabric from right to left. Hook row 10 in the same way. 1 lock needle plus 20 for short needles. When crocheting, again, put the little stitch on the front of the fabric at the position of the small chain pin. Just pay attention to the position of the needle. First hook the starting needle of a lock needle. Put the small chain pin on this front, on the left side of the small chain needle mesh, such as a needle. After insertion, hook needle with line hook out. Then insert the needle into the eye of the next small chain needle. Place the small needle on the front of the branch. Give me the needle, give me the thread. The third small chain goes in. Again, put the little pin on the front of the plate. Needle-free belt line protrusion. Insert the needle in the small chain. Put the small chain pin on the front. Like needle and thread, return the position of the small chain needle and insert the needle. Put the small chain pin on the front, exposed as needle and thread. Line 10 is ticked. And I flip the producer from right to left. Flip to the front. We can see it from the front. The small chain pin we hooked is raised, and then we tick line 11 on the front. On line 11, we hook a total of 10 small chain needles. First of all, it is a rising needle that hooks a lock needle. Hang up the marker. Then hook 3 short needles. Then hook 5 small chain pins. After the 5 small material needles are hooked, we then hook 7 short needles. After the 7 short needles are hooked, we will then hook 5 small chain pins. Then we hook for more short needles. Line 11, we're done.